Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Claudia. As you can see, I'm not in my garden. I recently took a trip to Jamaica because my father passed away. While I was there, I toured a couple of gardens and I wanted to take you along and show you some of what I saw. The first garden that we went to was a friend of my mom's, and she has one of the prettiest gardens that I've seen. She's 82 and she maintains this garden largely by herself. She'll get someone to come in and mow the lawn and do some weeding for her, but for the most part, she does it herself. She has a wide variety of plants and she collects croton. Croton is a tropical plant that it's mostly grown for its foliage, although it does bloom. She has quite the collection of it. Most of these plants that you will see, we in the United States consider them houseplants. Some obviously are tropical plants, but a lot of these are considered houseplants and they grow outside there because it's their native habitat for those plants. One of the plants that I actually fell in love with was this one, but my favorite in her garden was the tropical dogwood. It is absolutely stunning. It is actually more pretty. It's actually more beautiful in person than even the camera will allow you to see. So she collects bougainvilleas as well, and she has different colors. She has them cascading over the gates, and I'll show you that in a little bit. This garden has a mixture of what I consider house plants as well as plants that are unique to Jamaica. In Jamaica, certain house plants are considered weeds, like snake plants that we go so crazy over here. It actually is bordering on invasive because they just grow wild. They literally go along the road and just cut them down, whack them back. That's begonia that I'm showing you there growing outside. She also has banana plants as well as this is called a copperleaf plant. I love the color variation in it. That's an angel trumpet or a Berkmansia, as well as poinsettias. Poinsettias that you and I will grow at Christmas time grow to be larger here, tree form. And I'm showing you the Jamaican snail here. They are just different colored. Everything in the islands is just different. In the background behind that croton is a breadfruit tree, which is grown for food. It produces a large green vegetable that is grown for food. This is a crown of thorns, and this lady, Miss Rose, has quite the collection. She has coral colored white, yellow, and so forth. She also has quite a bit of vegetables and food that she grows there. Here's another one of her crotons in her collection. And as I stated before, she repeats a lot of the plants. So there's cohesiveness and order to her garden. This bougainvillea was my favorite. I took a picture in front of it because I liked it so much. I wanted to show you also the outside of her garden. This portion of her garden is what you drive up to when you approach her home. So we are outside the front of the house looking into her garden. She's got a nice sized property that she's got banana trees, breadfruit trees, avocado, star apple, sweet sop, sour sop, and a whole bunch of other foods. Cassava, sweet potato. There is her plumeria tree, as well as more croton. And then she planted on both sides of the road to beautify the neighborhood. Bananas and taro root planted there. Part of what makes this yard so beautiful is that it is landscaped all the way around, and she has a gazebo that sits central to the property that gives you this beautiful view right here. And it's just stunning. She has all kinds of fruit trees, y'all, mangoes of various sorts, and you just want to sit, enjoy the view, take in all the color, all the flowers, and just it has a nice breeze that comes through the gazebo. It was really a beautiful experience. I wanted to spend some more time there, but we had to run. It was just a busy time being there. After leaving my mother's friend's house, we went to my sister's best friend's house and was able to take a look at her flowers. I took more pictures here than video, but I wanted to show you what she called her greenhouse. That's my mom. This is an area that she created for certain plants, and she has shade cloth over it to protect them from the tropical sun. But some of these plants are absolutely stunning. She also raises plants and sells them, and she is able to help people set up their gardens. So she has a little gardening business on the side. They also raise mint, as well as chickens, goats, and other animals that they sell and make a living. Her plants, though, is her biggest business. You can see she has quite a variety of plants. Her house is right on the main road in our town, and so everybody drives by, slows down to look at her flowers. Here's some gomphrena that she had in her yard. After we were done looking at the flowers, her husband cut a jelly coconut. Now, this is a young green coconut that is harvested so that you can have the coconut water, and then you typically will eat the jelly after. We went and visited another friend of my mom's, and she has a larger greenhouse than the lady that we just saw. Her greenhouse had hundreds of plants, and she goes through plant shows and so forth and sells plants, and that is how she makes a living. My plan was to go back to these gardens and film them, but I just never had time with all the running around for the funeral. This is in my mother's yard. She has a potted garden area, and I filmed this for Instagram and forgot to get footage for YouTube. So I'm just showing you that she has quite the collection of plants. There are so many different varieties of things that she has, and she has them growing under this big mango tree that is in her yard. Y'all, my plan is to return to Jamaica next July, and I will have more free time, and my plan is to just tour these gardens in detail and give you a good look at what gardening in Jamaica is like. But I wanted to give you just a taste of what I experienced while I was there. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. As always, happy gardening.